Gonna help myself to some caffeine so I can stay awake. I was up all night.
Yeah, okay.
But I should be able to play.
All right,
I hope
go
so.
get your caffeine.
I'll wait.
I need my caffeine.
I'll just give a recap so that we have so we get into the idea of what happened last time. Although not a lot happened. It was sort of just me setting up the situation. So, this is sort of a adventure, mystery, supernatural adventure uh, based on two different games, actually. Well, maybe three, depending on how we grow this. But it's sort of a mixture between a game called The Final Girl, which is a little sort of indie storytelling thing. Not very complicated, more just like a party game, but I kind of like it because it kind of gave us a little bit of a structure to work with so that we could build our characters and like have some fun last time, which is kind of what we're building on. And I'm also using the setting from a game called Breakfast Cult, which is like a Fate mod. It's pretty fun. I'm probably gonna, build once we actually decide who the actual final characters are going to be. We're gonna be using that to kind of fill them out. And I also have this game, like a gumshoe game called Bubble Gumshoe, which is also by Evil Hat, using the gumshoe system. It's sort of a teen detective game. So I'm going to be kind of filling out a bunch of your skills based on that. And I'll be asking you guys questions about those skills as we play, because we did have some characters who survived from last session, and I'll be going over them just because they are important. So, last session, basically what happened was the setting is this occult focused school on an island. It's run by sort of a foundation, and they recruit students who have some kind of occult capability or potential. So we don't actually know. I think Molly is the only one that we've actually figured out like what her literal potential may or may not be, whereas everyone else is either like vaguely super talented at something or just has some unknown ability that they aren't, or we aren't aware of as the players yet. And so that'll be something we're also kind of exploring as we go. So the rumors kind of circulating around the school was that there was mystery meat. The mystery meat in the school milk was made from the students, since there are no cows on the island to actually get these things from. So no one knows like where they're getting the meat from. And one of the teachers, who was Mrs. Akko, who's sort of this redheaded math teacher, started changing appearance around, stuff like that. One of the librarians noticed that the book Solomon's Key was missing from the library. She goes to the science teacher, Mr. Chain, who's sort of this mad scientist maniac, because he took it for research. She finds the book and sort of puts a slip on it. And meanwhile, one of the sort of very shy kid named Jack basically found
Taxis.
Mrs. Akko in the hallway at night after curfew and got his head basically ripped out of his body, or off like his brain got ripped out of his head by her tongue, because she is apparently this shape-shifting lizard alien type thing. And then the next day, Jack seemingly reappears in the library and kills the librarian. And after that, we had another scene where there was a hockey game against a team of aliens, because apparently that's a thing. And the school regularly plays against extraterrestrial entities for some reason. And Yuri, who's like the star hockey player, helped them win the game. So there might be some kind of revenge scheme going on, although they're not entirely confirmed on that. Kelly is one of the other people who was there. She was sort of this very high-strung, sort of happy-go-lucky reporter who was doing interviews. She ran out of the arena as the lights went out, and the creature gets in front of Yuri and basically like, taunts her and makes a bunch of statements and warnings, and eventually uses some kind of combination of both camouflage and basically like hunter predator type stuff to take Yuri out, and warns the cheerleader who's nearby that she's next. And she ends up teaming up with the two other people who witnessed this, which were Molly and Shane. And Molly is basically the last character I'll talk about. She was sort of she was like I think she was the pothead or something. Like, I'm trying to remember like what she was supposed to be. She was
the stoner. Like,
yeah, she was the stoner chick, right? And we decided that she actually has like precognitive powers that only really work when she's like high. So she figured out about this whole thing, but wasn't really sure if it was real or not until now. So the three of them kind of are now teaming up to fight this monster, but everyone else in the school is still clueless, which is kind of what we're going to be touching on in this session. So we have currently, we had 9 characters left, and let's see, we had 4 die, including the teacher, which were Jack, Morgan, and Yuri. So they died, and now we have 10 people left. We had 9, and I added a 10th one. So the one I added was Joe, who's essentially like this kind of moody, not really emo, but he's just kind of like moody, kind of like very emotionally expressive science student who plays pranks a lot, like does a bunch of scientific pranks and stuff. And he's the
may or may not be the lizard from Spider-Man.
Yeah, I actually didn't think of that. He might be the lizard from Spider-Man. That's a good point. I didn't think about that one. That's a good. Yeah, maybe that's his power. We don't know yet. That could be an interesting thing. And he's the rival of the crazy science teacher. So now everyone sort of has different relationships, which is something you do in this game. So from there, we will begin. So we'll basically. Oh, Kara went BRB. Yes, I did notice that. Okay, so I guess then between the 3 of us, we're gonna choose who wants to set up the first scene.
All right.
And these are going to be what we do first is we set up introductory scenes that basically don't involve any kind of killing, but allow us to sort of do free role play and such. But so we have to choose who's going to start the first scene. So let's at least decide that and pick characters while Kara is getting back. And then we'll let them pick one, and then we can start that scene. So does anyone not want to do the first scene? Or should I do it? Or,
you can do it if you want.
Okay. Umbri, do you want to take it, or should I?
You can do it if you want.
Okay. So
both of us are a little tired still, and
that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I had an idea for the first scene, and so my idea, and I mean you can veto this if you want. It's totally fine. I wanted to actually start with this the kind of the formation of this group, like what I'm calling for the moment because they don't really have a team name, the investigation team. So basically Molly, Shane, and I think it was Arena. Yeah. So the 3 of them.
Sure, that works.
And the 4th one might be, someone else who's going to join the group, or just somebody else who's on the outside. We'll determine that. I wanted to. So this wouldn't be random. We would just pick which one of the members we want to play. And I didn't want to play Molly or Shane.
The investigation team checking it now.
So
it's Molly, Shane, and Erina.
Yeah. So I wanted to take Erina just because I was the one who made her. So I felt like that would work for me.
All right. That works.
And then I wanted to see, so then you two would pick who you want to be. And then we go from there. Well, I'd wait for Kara, and then Kara would pick someone who's outside of it. Or if you want to let Kara play one of the two, that'd be fine also.
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends if Kara gets back. I'm either down for Molly or Glenn, because we never got to play Glenn.
Yeah. Okay. So Molly or Glenn, that's fine. And then, so then the question for Umbry would be, do you want to play?
And I'll probably go with Ilya because she needs some roleplay time.
Okay, so then that means that I guess the car would have to play Chain then. That makes sense. And then you're gonna play Ilya, and then I guess then you'd have to play Molly because we need all three of the people there.
Okay.
Unless you want to do a different type of scene where just like half of the group, which is fine too.
I mean, we could always just have like.
I mean, we're gonna have multiple scenes, so we could definitely have Glenn show up in the next scene. There's totally
depending
room
on what time of day it is, it kind of would make sense that half the group's not there because the classes and shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, we'd probably have I'm thinking about starting the scene like at a point where they could all meet. So that would be kind of the premise.
Okay.
So probably after school. It's probably like the third day of like everything going on because the first night was something, the second night was something. I'll add that here to my thing, to my notes. Just that it's been like because it's been like 2 days so far.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
That's a good one. Okay, I'll give you a point for that. Points don't matter though. So
Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway?
We are kind of doing improv, so it works. I'm just gonna wait for Kara to get back, but if you want, we could sort of have. Oh, I like that actually. We have a scene where we're all like in the room, and like waiting for the last person to show up.
Mm-hmm.
That actually could work. Yeah. So I'm thinking. So like if it's going to be, then it's going to be Arena, Molly, and Ilya. So where would we be meeting then? Do you guys want to figure something out, or do you want me to figure that? It's kind of my job, but I'm wondering if you guys have any ideas for like where this investigative team is going to meet.
Probably claim or the guy's classroom.
Okay, so they're just gonna meet in a classroom.
Mm-hmm. After it's like a school club or whatever.
Okay. So they like okay. Cool. I'm just setting up my notes. I'm gonna write this down so that we have sort of a thing. So the idea would be that's actually kind of funny. I imagine so Chain starts this club. It's effectively like an investigation club, and he that's actually kind of interesting because technically they could do that. They need more members, but I could definitely see that being like a thing. So it's like the Monster Investigation Club. I like that.
Yeah, and Ilya, being a gamer who probably doesn't have a club yet, decided to apply.
Oh, so you want to apply, right? Okay.
Like games.
So that's why. Okay, so that's why you're there.
Better fantasy than a game in reality.
Right. So you're trying to apply to this club that's not actually a club. It's more just like a excuse for them to like meet because there's a situation going on.
I kind of just see it like she doesn't even understand what's going on. She just thinks it's like a gaming club.
A game. Yeah. She thinks it's a game. It's like, oh, is this a role play? It's like, no, this is actually happening. People are dead.
Yeah, she thinks it's a role play.
It's a LARP. Like, oh, what kind of LARP is this? It sounds kind of fun. It's like, no, there's a monster in the school. People are dying. It's like, oh, that sounds like fun. I like this premise. No. I think it'd be in the science classroom. Okay, I'm just adding everything here, and then we'll start. Wait, is Kara back? I thought I heard them, or is that someone else? Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Or a tight
I
through
just thought.
back.
Okay, cool. So, what did you want me to tell you? What happened while you were gone? Because we kind of came to a consensus on like what we're doing now.
Okey-doke.
So essentially, what's going on is the first introduction scene, the first role play scene we're doing is the investigative team is basically meeting, and so we decided that we're all going to play the other. I'm going to be playing Arena, Dustin's Molly this time, and then Umbree's playing Elena. And what's going on is that or Ilya, yeah, and I think we said that you would play Chain unless you don't want to. So I want to know if you want to do that or not, because that would kind of change the situation. Or if there's anyone you do want to play, that would be important. So you'd pick, we said like because by process of elimination, the two have to play because it's going to be the group. But if you don't want to play them, let me know. Otherwise, I can change the scene or we can alter it slightly. Because he's essentially the leader of this group, so it'd be kind of like you're the one kind of organizing, and technically you had the most questions about the creature, so I feel like it makes sense that you'd be like setting up the investigation, which is really funny if you weren't there the last, but Kara was the last one to play the killer, so it's kind of ironic that now you're gonna be doing the reverse when we start like. We're playing both the killer and the investigator like that. It's kind of funny to me, but that's kind of how this game is. We rotate between playing the killer and the investigators, so it gets kind of fun. But yeah, so if you don't want to play Chain, you let me know. Otherwise, that's going to be the scene.
Yep.
Sounds okay, cool. And so what we established was that he's starting this club, quote unquote, to like get everyone together after school and then like investigate this monster because these are the only people who have like actively witnessed it. And Elena is trying to join because she thinks this is some kind of like LARP or something. Like she doesn't understand this is like a real investigation. She thinks it's like a game. So that's sort of where we're starting. So it'd be kind of like Ilya would just kind of come in as we're talking. So we kind of start. We fade into the science classroom. There's like long desks everywhere, sort of like beakers, test tubes, experiments, stuff like that. Chain sort of, leaves the door, like, not locked, but he like closes the door, makes sure like at first there's nobody outside, and then sort of gathers I think it's like us in the room. So it's Irina who's the cheerleader. She's probably not wearing like a cheerleader outfit. She's wearing like something fashionable, like a sort of like a really not really skimpy outfit, but just she's wearing like a uniform kind of thing, but it's not actually a uniform. It's just a very similar kind of look. And Molly's there also, and she's kind of just like looking at Chain, and she's like, so like, why am I here? I think something happened last night, but I don't know what happened. So are you gonna like explain? Is there some kind of like scientific explanation, or I honestly don't have any idea what's going on. If you could help me figure this out, it'd be great.
So Chain, he's pacing back and forth around the room at the moment. He's sort of wearing like a a trench coat and whatnot. He's like
Yeah.
done himself up to look like the dude from Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah. Could you get me a picture just so I could see the like what you're? Is that like a show? Does he like he's putting on like a detective look? Is what you're saying? Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, you can keep going. Sorry. Yeah, you're looking for something. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Because I am curious. I'm like, I've never heard of that one. I'll get a water real quick. Oh, thanks. That's hilarious. Okay, cool. So he basically has like this trench coat on.
Trench coat, suit and tie, and whatnot.
Right. Yeah, no, that totally makes sense for him. I actually want to ask, because this was the question that I was going to bring up for the... So this would be from Molly and Ilya also. So one of the first skills that I have on this list is fashion. And this is actually kind of relevant now that you mention it, that he's wearing this specific like outfit. What I would want you to do, guys, is like rate their fashion skill on a scale from like 0 to 3, I think it is. And I gave Irina like a 2 because I feel like she's pretty fashionable. She's just not like a fashion expert, but she dresses up a lot.
I think Molly would either be a 0 or 1. Like, her fashion is probably more like just kind of long shirts, stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I could see her being a 1 though, for sure. I mean, 'cause it's also about her knowledge of like clothes and stuff. So I will give her a 1.
I'd probably rate Ilya probably a 1 or 2. She mostly wears button-up shirts with mini skirts and stockings because she's not used to wearing other fashion.
I think for like a gamer, she probably wouldn't really be super knowledgeable about fashion unless it's like.
No, she wouldn't. She's a gamer.
Okay. Fair. Let me go find yours.
I mean, there is like gamer fashion and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Right.
But I don't really think that's her forte.
Oh, it's not her forte. Her forte is roleplay.
There we go. Okay, and then Chain
gives me +2 armor.
Chain, I'm actually curious. Like, would you rate him as like a? I don't know if he's a 0 just based on the fact that now he's dressing up and he has all these like outfits because he dresses up like a scientist and stuff. I'd give him at least a 1, but I'm wondering if you think he would have like a 2 or a 3 or something like that, like because fashion is also about like identifying clothes and stuff.
I'd probably give him a 1 for now.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Okay, cool. It's not really super relevant to the scene. You won't need it, but I'm
really at the moment he's dressed up based more on
the situation,
quirky personality.
Yeah.
It's like,
he's
okay, I'm setting up this paranormal club to try and hunt down the thing, basically. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna dress like the dude from Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah, do we call it the thing? Like, what do you call this thing? Like, are you gonna call it the thing, or is it gonna be something else?
Well, last scene he was in when he was dealing with Arco, he was claiming it was a reptilian alien.
Right. So is that your prevailing theory at this point?
I thought the thing was a hand. That's
Is
scattered
that-
across the...
Yeah,
that literal what
that's the
Molly
wrong
says?
thing there.
Is that literal what Molly says it in character? Is she like, I thought
Yeah.
the thing was like a hand?
Molly's my like snarky Deadpoolness. Like,
Yeah.
right now I just want to say something stupid like that's when I use Molly. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you were gonna reply to Irina because she's like confused. She's like, "What's going?" Like she doesn't understand what happened because she tells, like she would have explained to you beforehand. Like, yeah, I saw this thing. I don't know what it was. It was kind of dark, and Yuri died. I don't know how it happened, but she explained. Like she doesn't really go into detail, like about like specifically what she saw because it's kind of traumatizing. But she's like, it's kind of dark. Yuri was dead. I don't know what happened, so I left. I went back to my room, and then all that. And it said, I remember something told me I was next. Next for what? I don't know. I'm probably not a talent show though, or not a fashion contest. Probably gonna kill me next. I think. So I'm kind of concerned, just a bit, about that. I thought Yuri was cool, and now they're dead. So I'm kind of sad, honestly.
I guess depending on what type of Yuri, it could be hot. But doom.
You're not. I don't think you're taking this very seriously.
No, if I was taking it seriously, I'd be going crazy now. There's a monster in our
Shane
school.
stops pacing and eyes the girls, and then turns to Irina and like, yes, well, for someone that doesn't know much about this thing, you know a lot. For instance, wasn't it you that started the rumors about the meat?
Well, I mean, it's just a rumor. I thought everybody knew about this stuff.
Yet it seems to be rather close to the mark, don't you think? Don't answer that. You're an airhead.
Excuse me?
Starts pacing again.
She like
come now.
I have some. Hold on. She like opens up her like bag, and like hands Molly like a stick of gum.
Molly would take the gum and like start making bubbles.
Mm-hmm. You still didn't answer my question. What exactly is going on here? What does this have to do with the meat? I don't really follow. Is it like some kind of is it a meat monster? That sounds scary.
Chain pauses in his tracks. He sort of has this expression on his face like he's thinking for a moment. Meat monster. He's sort of processing it. Not a meat monster. If I had to put my money on anything, it's those reptilian bastards.
Reptilian?
They've yes, like Queen Elizabeth, the President Bushes, reptilians who trade us.
Okay. So some kind of reptile president is this a school? She's like clearly trying to like put two and two together, but there's no like. Well,
yes, for all we
didn't know
it could be Bush.
I didn't know we were affiliated with the government. I thought we were like isolated from all that stuff. Does that mean that the U.S. and Britain are like trying to?
Actually, what are we a part of?
Well, the idea is that like this isn't like you guys are basically on an island, so it's like completely isolated from like other countries, and like you're being like independently funded by like a foundation. So you're technically not affiliated with like any particular country, which is why
That
she's
doesn't
like,
sound
wait,
shady at all. Sarcasm.
which is why like she's kind of confused. She's like, wait, I didn't know. Are the governments trying to like? Is this some kind of like? Is this like one of those like thriller novels? You know, like maybe the lizard is like some kind of James Bond. You know, like in a suit. He's like running around with a gun. He's like shooting the students.
James Bond.
Sort of things. I thought it was clearly eating the students, not shooting.
Well, I guess I didn't hear any gunshots, so yeah, that's probably it. Eating. Yeah, I think that's what I saw actually. Now that I think about it, she like rubs her head. She's like, I really don't want to think about it though. Jeez. God.
Yes, well, don't strain that brain of yours too much. It'd be asking a lot.
She's like narrowing her eyes at you, like, oh yeah, sure.
Besides that, who's to say which government runs this fine school of ours, our establishment? I'm a member of the faculty, and I don't even know. Where is this island? For fuck's sake.
Oh, well, that's actually you like that would basically you're in the middle of the Pacific as far as it's written. Although it's not really meant to be specific, it's not really like super relevant. But you're essentially like it's kind of like actually here's
I got that joke. We're in the Pacific, but it's not Pacific.
See, that's good. It's not really like the specific location of where you are isn't really relevant. But it is sort of like an island.
Probably one of the Ainu Isles or something.
Well, it's a made up. It's like a fictional place. So,
Right.
But if you wanted like a pseudo, realistic location, that's all it really says. Also, technically, this is supposed to take place in the future, but I'm totally cool with it being modern day, so that we can do modern day references. It's totally fine with me. Yeah. I don't really mind because I really like that reference to like must be a reptilian conspiracy because I love those.
I mean, that doesn't have to be like futuristic to still be a thing. Like,
sure, no, I totally get what you're saying.
There's still like stupid conspiracy theorists like 20 years after the facts.
Like, now that I think about it, if Queen Elizabeth is still alive in the future, then I could definitely buy the conspiracy by that point.
No, she just had her bring in a jar.
Sorry, I'm just laughing because I'm like, wait, so if Queen Elizabeth is still alive at this point in time, I could definitely like believe the conspiracy now. But no, I'm kidding. Of course, she's alive like 100 years in the future.
Anyway, on to our point.
Yeah. So Ilya, if you want to enter the scene, you can do that because the door would be sort of
hear knocking on the door. Is this club accepting applicants?
Should I open the door? Yeah, you said we're a club, right? Like some kind of investigative club. Like she's saying this out loud, like so.
You need to set it up as a club for the faculty to allow us to hang out after school.
Yes, well, it falls to us to stop this thing. This reptilian.
Irina just starts opening the door, like she opens it just to kind of peek out and see who it is.
Yeah, you see a short girl, black hair, blue eyes, really pale, clad in kind of a really battered and worn school uniform.
Hey, are you like a reptilian? Yeah. Because I think he said they could turn into people, so I need to make sure that
No, I'm
you're
not reptilian.
okay. She says she's cool. I think we can let her in.
Oh, great Scott. We really need a password.
Okay. What's
Oh, I know. What was your high score in? Okay, I'm trying to think of a game now.
Galaga?
Sure, Galaga.
Yeah. High score. What is it? What's your high score?
My high score in Galaga was about 8 billion.
Oh, it's
That
really
checks
high. Okay. She closes the door and like lets you in.
I think we've
Welcome
established that they're like gaming friends, so.
Yeah, they are friends. Yes.
Mhm.
Well, you actually know who she is, so that would make sense. So she, yeah, welcome to our club. I'm still not really sure what we're doing, but I think it has something to do with aliens.
Sweet. Is this a role play?
Well, I don't know, honestly. It could be.
A role play.
She seriously does. She sat like the way she's talking. She doesn't seem to even understand like what a role play is. So she's like, I don't know. Is it?
Aren't we all just playing roles here?
Oh, that's so meta.
Not like I said, this is my Deadpool.
Yeah, but I like that line. So, Chain, you were saying something. Sorry.
Really, I must say, it beggars belief that you two idiots have somehow survived in the presence of.
I mean, like, now that I think about it, I think I remember now. It was eating Yuri's brain. So maybe there's something special about my brain. Yeah, that's it. Right? Maybe it really wants to eat my brain.
Look, what's special about your brain is that it scientific impossibility. No one in the history of ever has ever been as
for a teacher, you're quite an asshole.
simple as you.
Well, now that I think about it, there was this game I played where there was this creature that ate brains and learned by consuming brains.
That sounds really cool. Maybe she knows what's up. You think this guy is just running around in a costume eating people's brains like it's a game? No, that wouldn't make sense.
Are you saying that this brain-eating alien that learns by eating brains might be real?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you have to ask him. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. One of my friends he got her brain eaten, kind of in front of me, and it was kind of scary. And I'm still trying to deal with it. But when I told the therapist, they said that I was crazy. So I told,
I thought therapists weren't supposed to use the C word.
Oh, can you give more description of the qualities of this creature?
Well, I mean, I think like what she does is, I think it was Morgan who like killed right? Was she Morgan like at that point? I think I remember that was who she was. So like she starts describing like, I think I saw her like in the library like once or twice, like kind of cute with like glasses, that kind of thing.
Oh, you mean Morgan?
Yeah, I think that's her name. She works with the librarian, doesn't she?
If I remember, I've seen her working as a library assistant when I check out some books to research roleplay lore.
Yeah, I mean,
because mythology helps with roleplay.
I study sometimes too, and I see her in there, but I don't know.
DMG's in the library. That would be nice.
I don't know why she would eat Erie's brain.
Well, I was taught mythology books. Well, mythology in general helps with roleplay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really follow.
For a start, Miss Roleplay, what did you say your score was in Gallagher?
8 million.
8 million. Didn't you say 8 billion before?
Yes, I did.
You
Sorry.
are a fraud.
Either way, it's a pretty impressive score.
Maybe she just forgot. Chill out.
Maybe I forgot that I said it really was 8 billion.
$8 million or 8 billion? There is a difference.
The latter. I have a knowledge of mythology that comes from role playing, and I have quick reflexes.
Some people aren't good with numbers.
Sorry, all I'm imagining now is like.
Let's test your reflexes.
All I'm imagining now is like Doc Brown going like, "There's a difference between 121 gigawatts and 121 gigawatts." Yep.
Yes, I am trying to go for a Doc Brown type.
Yeah, I love it. We all have different ways. It's fine. No, we all have different ways of playing Chain. It's totally cool because I love the idea that he's just every kind of mad scientist.
He's an asshole, Doc Brown.
Anyway, you were saying test her reflexes?
Let's test your ability to think fast. Is it 8 million or 8 billion?
8 billion.
Wrong! He slams his fist down on the table. That type of score in Gallagher is impossible!
Oh, this is Gallagher 20 years in the future, man.
Super Gallagher.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's the voice in my
Super
head.
Gallagher. Super Turbo Gallagher.
Yeah, haven't you seen the new remake of Pac-Man?
Oh my god, that's how, yeah, I love that remake. It's really cool. I like the 20th
The world
anniversary.
record for Gallagher, which was set back in June of 1989, was 15,999,990 points. What you're saying, girl, is an impossibility.
Arena's just like, is this really relevant right now? Isn't there a monster on the loose? Shouldn't we be focusing on that?
No, I think this is more important.
This isn't a game.
I mean, isn't life a game?
Correct. It's not a game. And yes, life is a game. But it's not.
Well, if you describe to me the creature you're pursuing, I might be able to remember RPG creatures that are like it.
I just said she looked like Morgan.
But I wanted to see if anybody else had to give me a description of it.
She did?
I didn't actually see the creature. I just had a vision of it. Kind of a deadly premonition.
What happened to Akko?
There's
So
an
there's
NK in my
Akko and
copy.
Morgan, so either there's two of it or it can change its form.
Or both.
Or both.
There could be an underground lab.
And
Could be.
one of you said it eats brains.
Well, I
Now
assume
that
it
I
eats Yuri's
think about
brain.
it, that reminds me of that one creature from that Alien game on the Super Nintendo.
What alien game is this?
So the alien is playing video games. Is that why it needs the
No,
brain?
it's not playing video games. What I mean is, if you look at some of the old school game adaptations of movies, there are some very similar monsters to what you're describing.
Ooh, okay. I think I get it.
Yes, but we're not talking about similar monsters or cliches. We're talking facts.
I mean, this monster is kind of cliche.
Clap. So basically, this thing is supposed to be some kind of shape-changing alien that eats brains. I don't know if I buy that.
Learn.
At the moment, that's the theory.
It seems kind of weird.
It might need to eat people to gain their shape.
But
To gain their shape, to gain their memories, to gain their skills.
so it went after Yuri because she was really good at hockey.
She was
The
really good
aliens-
at hockey, but she was also pretty strong and pretty tough.
The aliens want to get better at hockey because they lost. Remember? The game the other night.
Or maybe
all-
it
Oh,
wanted
that makes no sense.
maybe it wanted the strength Yuri developed from playing hockey.
Yeah, or that, I guess.
That makes a little more sense.
It might just be trying to become the ultimate being by absorbing skills of classmates.
Well, I
Like
guess.
if it ate me, it might get my deadly premonitions.
That sounds so funny when you say it out loud like that. Oh my god. She like sits down. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of stressed out. You said I was going to be next. I can't really.
You're stressed out here. Have a blunt.
She like doesn't like take it immediately. She's like just like reaches for it. She's like, oh, okay, I guess. She seems pretty chill about
Look,
it. She's can I actually ask
role
Shane?
plays.
She's like, can I smoke
Enough
in
with
here? Like, is that cool? I don't know if it's like if I'm allowed to do it in the classroom. So
Smoke what?
nothing. She like hides it behind her back. Never mind. Forget it.
We don't need no magic shrooms or flying grass when we're trying to figure out what we're up against.
Okay, whatever. Teach.
Well, now that I think about it, I have the uncanny ability to spot a trope when I see it.
That's the weirdest thing I ever heard.
See, if a trope happens, I can pretty much identify it.
That's kind of cool. What's a trope? Is it like
A trope is a storytelling device. Often overused.
So you like reading?
Chain face palms.
Reading, gaming, etc. It's a really useful skill for spotting things if what they do is true to a trope or a subversion of a trope.
What if we're all just tropes?
Yes, but we're not talking about tropes, nor Amazonian Indians, or fire and peons.
Oh, fire and peons. That sounds awesome. Is that like Europeans on fire?
Look, we need to get to the meat and potatoes of this.
Yeah, meat and potatoes.
Right now, all we're doing is we're going around in circles. Minimum results with maximum effort. We need to start asking some hard questions about what we're up against.
Yeah,
Does the school have potatoes?
What? Sorry, I didn't hear you. What were you saying?
Does the school have potatoes? I know we don't have meat.
I mean, yeah.
Meat.
Lunch. The meat was actually pretty good today. Really.
Look,
chunky.
This is no time to discuss the munchies.
No, I mean we don't have cows or anything like that. What do we use for burgers?
I don't know, but it was good. I liked it. It was better today than the other day, you know. And we had potatoes. I don't know. I mean, we could grow those.
Chain looks at Arena. I didn't think you touched meat.
I decided to try it today. It was.
He sort of inches closer. Starts studying her from head to toe.
I mean, they said it was good, so I wanted to try some, and I liked it. Is that a problem? She's like looking nervously at you.
You're not keeping in character.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't know. I'm really freaked out, okay? I want to try something new. And, you know, if I just eat... I've been getting hungry.
So, lay off the grass.
Fine.
I thought I was the one on the grass.
I definitely like the idea of like transitioning from that line. That's good. So can we go to the next scene, or do you guys want to keep going? I don't want to linger too long. So next scene. Who wants to say it up? Because I did this one. Does anyone else want to go take a turn?
If I had any ideas in my head, I would, but...
Of course. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have an idea, then obviously you can't do anything. That makes sense. It does. Umber, you have anything you want to do?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Kara?
It's got blown up.
Oh, yeah, they said bathroom real quick.
Okay. That'll explain things. So, okay, I think I got like...
Yeah.
Why don't we investigate the cafeteria then, since we're...
Okay, so what we've seen in the cafeteria, that sounds perfect. I could definitely work with that. So do we want to do random characters, or do you guys have like specific?
Characters.
Okay, cool. So I'll roll a d10.
I'll roll a d10 as well.
And we're not killing each other yet, so I will roll a d10.
Oh, I forgot to put a 1.
You fool!
Oh, I got 1.
I got 4. So you're Ilya again. Okay.
Yep.
And then I got
9. Oh my god, did I actually get Glenn?
Yeah, you did.
Woo.
Good on you. Good on you. Okay.
Thought it would never be. The legend is true. It's Glenn.
Go ahead. Boom, boom, boom. Give me a sec. I will I'm gonna take some notes real quick. Oh, I don't need to take notes on that because we're sort of doing this now. Let me just sorry, I still have this picture up. Okay, so I'm trying to see 4. 4 is okay, so I get to play music-y this time. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. Neat. And as we start this scene, this will actually be a good way to use this skill. You're not actually gonna be well. You could use it actually. That could be something we could do. Sure. I think I could make that work. And then you're playing Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna be playing. Okay. So here would be the next thing we do. So essentially, the next skill that we're going to use is notice. So I'm kind of curious what you guys want the notice levels to be for your characters. So in this case, I'm playing music-y. I think she wouldn't really have any like high level for notice, so I'll give her a 0.
And now that I think about it, Ilya would probably have a crazy high notice because she can notice tropes.
So so that would be the skill you'd use your talent with. So would it be like a 3? I think it would be like a 3 by default if that was like your talent.
Probably a 3 or 4. Probably a 3.
Okay.
And Glenn, I have no idea yet because we have never established anything about him.
So I'll give him a 0 for now, and then you could change it later.
Okay, that sounds good.
All I have here is that he's socially awkward and he can take a beating. So that's nothing about notice. So I'll give him a 0 on that. And then so as we're doing this, what I want to do is we're gonna use fate dice for this scene. So just while we're waiting for Kara to show up, Dustin, you can roll 4d6 just to get that started.
All right.
And then
Well, don't you mean DF if you're using fate dice?
Does it have a DF function?
It should.
I
can go check out.
Let's see.
So how many fudge dice?
4. It's basic.
And it's notice, right?
Yeah. So you'd actually
I'm gonna
get.
go test whether or not it. Yes, it does have a fudge function. So
Cool.
4 total.
Ah, nice. Okay, good.
Okay. 4. And do I get any bonuses or?
You get 0.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got 1.
Not bad. 4DF plus 0 for me. I'll just do 4DF. I got -1, so music he doesn't notice anything. So basically what I'm gonna let Umbri do is you get to basically place a trope onto this scene in the cafeteria. So what trope do you discover here?
So what are the appropriate tropes?
Well, that's up to you. So you would tell me like what trope is sort of involved in this mystery, like in the cafeteria, like is so like whatever you're looking for, there would be some kind of trope that would you can use to your benefit here.
Probably some kind of clue within the meat.
Okay. That's fine. So there's some
Like,
kind of
hey, this meat is an obvious clue.
like, is it just because it's a different color or something like really weird like that? Like it's clearly like obviously not normal, and that's just sort of a tip off.
Obviously not normal, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a tip off to the audience, but like to us it's completely normal because it's like what we eat every day, but like if anyone were to look at it, they would know that it's not normal meat.
Yeah. It's not normal meat.
Right. Okay, so that's the trope, I guess. So that's the aspect that you'd have.
And I'm just like remembering like Hannibal stuff. Like,
yeah. Give me like an example that would help.
let's see here. I remember some of Hannibal's finer cooking.
Yeah, that's fine. That's kind of what I'm looking for here.
It's apparently got an extra pork-like texture,
Yeah.
but humans have a pork-like texture.
Yeah.
So it's got a pronounced pork-like texture. It's a bit too thick compared to normal. Bit too tough and meaty. Definitely not normal portions for the school to serve.
Right. Fair.
So clearly served from something meatier than normal.
Yeah.
It's like the meat is thicker, tougher, and meatier than normal.
Right. So, Cara, I saw you were back.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. Okay, so you just pick a character for this scene. We're investigating the cafeteria.
Or you can roll if you want.
Or you can roll a character, yeah. So just so you're aware, what you can do with that boost is you can use it on another roll to get a bonus if you choose.
So who's currently in the scene?
We have Ilya is in the scene. I'm playing Mizuki, and then
I'm playing Glenn.
Dustin's Glenn.
Okay, so I got Kelly.
You got Kelly. Okay. You cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So we'll continue then. So scene number 2 in the cafeteria. So this would probably be like it'd probably be like after school actually. So this is still like after school. You guys are like snooping around in the cafeteria. And like Ilya gets a sample of this meat and starts like examining it, and because she can like it's obvious that it's not normal meat to her, she kind of picks it out and points it out to everybody, and Mizuki is sort of just there, and so is Glenn. They're just sort of like, I don't know if they're not really friends, but Mizuki's just sort of in the corner, like she's about to head home. And
Glenn's
she's
seeing if you can get any like leftovers.
Yeah, free food. Yeah, free food. That makes so much sense. Okay, so that's fine. And then Kelly is probably there with Arena because she was they were the last people who were like together in the last night. So they were probably trying to hook back up in terms of like figure out what happened. Because Kelly still doesn't know like anything about the monster. So it's kind of up to it's up to Ilya if she wants to clue her in.
Yes, they will clue her in.
Okay, so you're like explaining this whole monster mash nonsense to her while you're like looking through the meat, and
Yeah,
meanwhile,
looking through to me, explaining to Mizuki. Like, here's
explaining
this monster
to Kelly because
is
she was
clearly
there the
not.
other night. But I
The
think Mizuki
meat is a lot
dropping it.
thicker, tougher, and meatier than normal,
Yeah,
which means they recently got a greater source of abundance than they did yesterday, which is a bit too soon.
yeah, and Mizuki's like eavesdropping, like nearby, so she's like listening to what you're saying, and she's sort of
Yeah, I'm
she's not
gonna
really.
invite Mizuki over to the table so I can explain to both her and Kelly at the same time.
She just sort of waves her head like, or like nods her head. She's like, "No, I'm good."
Glenn is making a sandwich.
She like looks over at him. Hi. And she like walks up behind Glenn.
Hey,
I don't see you around here very often. Are you new or something? We don't get transfers a lot, so
no, I just don't show up most of the time.
I can relate to that. She sort of looks over at Kelly. What are you doing here? Some kind of story or something going on?
No, just keeping up appearances. What is this about mystery meat? What is in the meat?
It's
Oh, that
thicker
stupid
than
rumor.
normal, it's meatier, it's tougher. So clearly, this meat must have been taken from something with a stronger muscle stock than normal. If we assume it's
Stronger
muscle
What,
stock
like
than
stock or
normal.
something? Tastes pretty good.
Muscle stock,
There,
as
jotting
in
down
stock
a
of muscle. Strong, basically, muscle stock is another way of saying more muscular.
This is just nonsense. You guys seriously think like they're putting that sounds so stupid. I'm not even gonna say it out loud. Oh, jeez.
What's this? Do you have a theory?
My theory is that you should just get off it. Like actually like real news. None of this tabloid bullshit.
Okay, I'm gonna argue this character for. Oh no, sorry, I was. Sorry, I
What?
confused who was who. Never mind.
No, that was like Mizuki because she's like really cynical. So she's
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say Kelly is like tabloid.
oh no, that's why I'm like, that's what she's pointing it out. She's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry, I
no,
thought you were playing Kelly, so I
Have
was
you
like,
ever noticed that every time a student disappears, the batch of beat gets bigger for a while?
she like Mizuki just like kind of looks confused. She's like, yeah, I never noticed that.
Interesting.
I mean, it's not like.
Batch of meat gets bigger.
I mean, it's not like.
And
the
one
students
thing for
know when it comes.
I think Kelly would have a notice of like a 2 or a 3. I'm not sure if it would be 2 or 3 though. It's up to Kara at this point or me. I mean, I could definitely see her having like a 2 notice minimum, just because that's kind of part of her job.
I reckon we'd give her a 3. She
Yeah.
wouldn't be a great investigative journalist if she was shit.
That's true. Okay, so I'll give her a 3 on that. Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you guys know when the meat comes or not? Like,
It's not my
We
job.
don't have any cows on this entire island. So
Yeah,
that
maybe-
meat has to come from
really
somewhere.
meat.
Yes,
maybe you
well,
just-
have
you just
you
don't
never
see
heard
them.
of imports and exports?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you just don't see the cows. It doesn't mean they don't exist. You know what they say? If you cut down a tree in a forest, does it still make a sound? Just because you don't see any cows doesn't mean they aren't here.
But any meat they would have to export here would probably expire long before it's good enough to serve.
Well, I mean, they probably have a butchery here and just bring live cows. I'm trying to get out of Molly's voice now. Shit.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
Well, now when I think about it, I haven't seen a live butchery here either.
Well, I mean, I've never seen a live butchery even before I came to the school, so
You look like you could be a butcher. I think that's what she says to Glenn.
And I heard rumors about an alien that's been attacking students.
Mizuki just starts like laughing. What? God, this is weird. You guys are weird. This is why I don't hang out with people.
Kelly glances towards Ilya. An alien, you say?
Yes, an alien.
Yeah, of course you'd write about
Jots
that.
down on her pad. Alien conspiracy hits school.
This is getting worse than the History Channel.
Worse than History Channel.
My favorite channel.
I have to point that because I'm still the reason I say that is because I still flip channels sometimes and all they air is like the ancient aliens nonsense. That's all they do now. I'm like when this is like their main thing they do. All they do is like sensationalist stuff that isn't real history.
man, and I complained when like the History Channel is nothing but World War II shit. Now this.
Well, yeah, that's actually history though. That's the funny.
Yeah, well,
Anyway.
people need to learn about World War II. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know, but that's I'm like, I don't.
There are idiots growing up in America that think that Russia were part of the frickin' Axis forces and not the Allies because they're communists. America defeated the Nazis, Japan, and communist Russia, apparently. When, in all actuality,
Okay, we're getting off topic.
The Russians that gave
I know. It's
Nazi Germany a beating. But, yeah. So it's good for people to learn about this sort of thing.
For sure. Sorry. No, I like it.
Lest they become more stupid.
We can keep going now. So yeah. Mizuki's just sort of standing over the table now. She's like watching you guys have your conversation. Like she's like morbidly interested in watching how Kelly's mind works. Like, yeah, I didn't think she was this dumb, but I guess she is.
Just going to lean on the fridge, eating the sandwich.
So, like, if there is this thing, what exactly are you going to do about it? She's talking to Ilya.
We have to find out the whereabouts of this thing, find a way to stop it, then get some help stopping it.
So what are you going to
shoot it?
Hey, I like
Well,
this guy.
there's an investigative team started as a club if you wanted to join.
Hell no.
If you can't find it and no one else can help, maybe you can hire the A-Team. It writes itself.
Well, I'm not interested in your weirdo gang, okay? You leave me out of whatever you're doing. She like starts walking away.
And Glenn is continually eating his sandwich because
I love the idea of doing that, just like ending on that shot of just him like they're investigating this meat, and meanwhile, like in the background, you see him eating it like.
I was waiting for someone to tell him it's probably made out of meat or people, so I can just
No, I mean, yeah. Let's do that spit take. I like that. So like, would someone like tell Glenn like what's up?
Yes.
I think Ilya would. Yeah. So you're telling him like well yeah. So you would.
That meat probably came from one of the students. I'd be careful about it.
You tell that to me now. Jesus, I finished half the thing already.
Don't worry, you won't be punished for what you did without knowing.
Mizuki's just like laughing as she like walks off.
And you know, Yuri hasn't been here for a while.
I didn't know that. Who the fuck's Yuri?
The star defenseman of the girls' hockey team.
No, I don't pay attention to sports. They have all these.
He's been gone for multiple days now.
I've been gone for multiple days. No one cared about me.
I wrote Glenn eats a manwich. Or it's a woman witch.
But then, if you look at how Yuri attended school every day and never missed a day, it's very suspicious that she'd miss multiple in a row when she's usually punctual.
Well, people have sick days, you know. Like, what if she just got the flu?
I mean, Arena literally told you that Yuri is dead. I think you know that.
I forgot that. I know that. I'm just trying. Well, according to one of the friends in the investigative team, Yuri got eaten by an alien. And that might be her meat.
Yeah, nobody knows that Yuri is dead except for you guys, so that would kind of work if you're like, oh, well, she's not here, but the rumors.
So you believe everything you hear?
Yuri gotten eaten by alien, and we're eating Yuri. How can she be eaten and being eaten?
Well, the alien ate her brain, then was gonna serve her meat up in the cafeteria a matter of days later.
Wow, this sounds great. Zombie aliens from Mars. Eat brains.
Like you just hear her laughing in the background.
At school cafeteria.
And as you can probably tell, Ilya has absolutely no filters.
Right. Yeah, we established that. I definitely want to call it though. That's great. I want to go to the third scene though, if that's okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, let's pick a third scene.
All right. Third scene.
Because this will be the last one before we actually get into the thick of it, so to speak. So from here, we pick a third scene. So do you guys have any idea for what you want to do for that? Let me look at my. Okay, so if this helps, the next skill is actually outdoors. So if we want to go by that prompt, we could do something with like outside the school, maybe at night or something like that.
Or gym class. The next
Or
day.
that. Or that. It's up to you guys. I'm just giving prompts. Prompts.
Prompts. Everybody. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You'll just be the first to die.
Yeah. Do you want to do the next day or night or what? Just continuing on investigating something else. It's up to you guys because you only really have one more chance to do a scene before things start getting bad.
I think maybe like if we're still investigating, maybe like looking at the area outside of the school just to see like.
Yeah. So we could do the outdoors stuff. Cool. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I like that. So like investigating
I'm sure
around.
there might be a nest or something out there. So.
Yeah. You never know. So
And
that'll be
should
fun.
be with the investigation team, no less.
Right. I'm gonna pick a random person just to see who I end up with.
Same, because random is fun.
Yes. Because again, it might not necessarily be anyone in the investigate. Maybe people just wandering outside. We don't know until we get what we have. I got 3.
I got 8.
You got 8.
Who is it? 8 is Molly! Yay!
Yay! So you get to play as Molly. That's good.
I'll play.
After I just got out of her voice.
Probably go with Ilya, who decided to accompany Molly.
Right, and I'm Lewis. Who's goddamn it.
Okay, let's Rosie Bonds and see what I get.
Okay.
I'll
see what fate has in store for you. 5? Okay.
So I got 5. So I'm Aki.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That'll be fun. So Aki and Lewis and Ilya and Molly. Okay. That could work. So we'll say that Aki and Lewis are just outside, not really doing anything important. And Ilya.
Okay, I got a number of pictures for Glenn.
Oh, cool. Okay. You can post those later.
Yeah.
Or now or whatever. And then Molly and Ilya are investigating. Cool. Okay. So before we do the scene, let's figure out what everyone's outdoorsman rating is. So I think
Outdoorsman is like physical education stuff, right?
Outdoors is more like your knowledge of like outdoors, like woodland stuff. More like but it's for investigative purposes. So like I feel like Molly would actually have that pretty high.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like knowing like plants and shit, like that's kind of Molly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
And there's those
Ilya would probably have a +1 because she's been outdoors in a game, but she's rarely outdoors in person.
She plays Minecraft. I feel like that would be a 0 because like she doesn't go outside. That's the whole problem. So Dustin, is a 2 sounds good to me, unless you want it to be higher.
Sure, 2 works. And I sent those pictures if there's any ones you like.
Cool. And then you put, I would say 0 for Ilya because I don't really see why she would have any level in outdoors. Right. And then Aki, I don't think would be very, skilled with outdoor stuff. Well, entomology though, is that? I'm trying to remember what that is. Oh, she collects butterflies.
Insects. Yeah.
Yeah. So she would have a rating of like a 1 or I'll give her a 2 also. Because she would, if she's collecting butterflies, she would have to know about the outdoors. It's like her main hobby. And then Lewis is definitely a 0. Wars 1-0. Okay, cool. So now, moving on from that, I would like everyone to roll the fate dice again.
All right.
So we have, and add your ratings of the outdoors skill.
Yeah, 2.
Okay, I had a what for my
You have a
Pluses
plus
again?
2. You have
All right.
plus 2. -3. He's like, duh, 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 duh. I just imagine we start the scene. He just walks into a tree. He's like, so he's like the bulk and the skull of this game as one person.
+0.
Okay.
I have been clearly on my grass.
We both fall. As I imagine that's how we meet now. We both like hit a tree. Oh, I can help you up.
Oh, thanks.
And then
So
what?
the tree wasn't there yesterday.
And then you got a 2. You said.
Yes, I got a
Or
2.
was that from the? Okay, so that'll be. I think you'd find like what exactly are you looking for outdoors here?
I'm looking for my mushrooms.
I'm talking to Ilya, yeah.
Oh,
So you're
okay.
looking for like, I think what you would find is like you'd find like a clue of some kind. Like you'd find footprints that like kind of change from like you see these footprints that are like shoes, right? Like you see shoe prints, but then they change to like footprints, like feet.
Looking for footprints in possible corpses.
Yeah. You don't find any corpses, but you find these like weird footprints that go from like being shoes to like being feet. So there might be some like discarded shoes around here. In fact, I feel like that's what you would find. You'd find some like discarded shoes. So like someone threw out some shoes out here.
Okay, they weren't like feet or shoes that changed into feet.
No, like someone threw off a pair of shoes.
Is there any evidence of the shoes?
Well, I'm saying like you find the shoes that were like left there.
Oh, okay. You do find the shoes, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just continually finding pictures for Glenn.
Okay. I'm just taking notes. And so, like, as you're walking around trying to follow this trail of footprints, you bump into the linebacker, Mr.
Ow.
Lewis.
Ouchies.
Hey, what are you doing out here?
Investigating. What are you doing out here?
Investigating.
You're investigating too? What are you
No,
investigating?
I mean, what are you investigating?
Student disappearances.
Like, how Yuri went missing and stuff?
Yes.
It was like, she was like my best bro, dog. Now she's gone. You know what happened?
You treat your friends like dogs?
No, dog. It's not like that. He seems kind of, choked up. Yo, listen. Did you find Yuri? She around here somewhere? Is that what you're looking for?
We're looking for the thing that might have taken her.
We're looking for hints of what caused her disappearance.
Oh, hey, yeah. He calls Aki over.
Hey, what's up?
These guys say that they're helping with this investigation. You think we could help them? Because I'm assuming that now he's asked you to help him find where Yuri is. So you all actually have the same goal, but you just didn't know it.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. Why not? More the merrier.
Yay!
Cool.
Welcome to the investigation.
I'm Lewis, by the way. I don't know if you know about me. I was
Big football star.
He kind of elbows you. You
Ow.
got it. So where were you looking?
We were looking around the school, maybe finding a trail. We found someone threw away shoes.
He looks at the shoes. He's like, "These are Yuri's shoes."
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We hang out a lot. These are definitely her shoes.
Well, they seem to be in pretty good condition. So she threw them away.
Besides the dirt and stuff. But why would she take off her shoes out here?
I don't think she threw out the shoes. I think someone else threw them out.
You think she got kidnapped?
Something like that.
Something like that. That would be the safe way to put it.
Well, when I find out who did this, I'm gonna give him a beating. That's for sure. Nobody
I've come
kidnaps my
across
friends without
the
asking me
theory
first.
that I think Yuri might have had her brain eaten by an alien.
Whatever, I don't care if it's alien terrorist. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna beat their ass. They can't kidnap my friend without asking me first.
Sorry, it took me a moment just to process what he said there.
Yeah, exactly.
Shouldn't they not kidnap your friend even if they ask first?
Listen, that's not important. What's important is we track down who did this.
Yes, we should do that.
Yes, let's track them down.
You got any leads?
We have these footprints.
Footprints? He looks at he looks down at the ground. Oh, so if we follow these, we'll find out who kidnapped Yuri. Right?
Ideally, yes.
He starts running through the woods, making a lot of noise. And that's where we're going to go into our next scene.
All right.
First blood.
Yay.
So does anyone want to play the killer, or am I going to do it? That would be the first question. Because technically it rotates, so we choose who does it first, and then after that, it's just going to rotate.
Right.
Well, let's see. You got to do it. I got to do it. Did Umbri get a go last?
No,
session?
I don't think Umbri got to play the killer unless you did. Well, I mean, everyone got to. We all rotated, as far as I remember. I don't think Penny did, but she's not here right now.
Yeah, I'll admit I opted not to play the killer because it would be hard for me to do it and play a character in a
Well, you don't.
separate
You
scene.
only play the killer, and that's it. You don't play a character if you're the killer.
Right, but I'm usually not the PvP type.
But it's not. Okay, never mind.
Sorry.
Okay, so you don't want to do it. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's another roundabout way of putting it, but that's cool with me. So Cara, do you want to do it again? Oh, you did it last time, so I think it would be either me or Dustin.
I could do it this time since you did it the last time, and
Oh, cool. So I definitely know what I'm gonna do.
okay. And my last attempt at killing was kind of lame.
Yeah, for sure. So you want to try get another shot?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's fair. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll pick the characters first. I want to stick with Lewis because I like the idea of him totally getting killed, but that's up to you. You're the one who gets to choose.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, yeah, let's get some blood going. And then everyone else would pick different characters. So you can stay as who you were before, or you can pick different people. It's up to you. I think it'd be better if we just stuck with who was around.
I reckon. Well, Aki's there, so Aki would be going along anyways.
Right. So it's Aki, Lewis, and then you can play. Umbri can play Ilina or Ilya, and or you can pick someone else to be in that scene.
Well, now that I think about it, I'll roll odd even. Odd, Ilya manages to stay caught up. Even, Ilya gets lost and I play someone else.
That sounds fine to me. Go ahead.
So that's odd, which means I play Ilya.
Okay, fair enough.
She didn't, so she managed to stay caught up, even though she has a habit of, even though she has a hard time normally keeping up, because despite her reflexes, she's still pretty small.
I mean, Lewis is the only one running. Everyone else is running at normal speed, so it's more important that you just don't get lost and you're following them, kind of thing.
Right.
But he's like running ahead, trying to like figure out who did this, tackle him probably, because that's what football people do. I think I don't like football, but I'm assuming that's what they do. Okay, moving on. So Dustin's playing the killer. That's cool. And you can choose. So you basically get to set the scene. Since we're kind of, if as long as you're okay with continuing from where we left off, you don't really do any work.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be later, like starting to get dark in the forest. Like.
Yeah. Okay. So it's starting to get dark. So it's like getting darker, and it's like more closer to the evening. So as forest night. And so we are basically just going to role play, and then you decide when you want to interrupt and have stuff happen, and then we're going to roll the cards like we did last time.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do, because I was also debating on if we want to do D20s, because that might be easier.
D20s might be easier.
But it depends on.
Cards works for me still. Like.
Okay, so we'll keep doing that.
I could go either way, but D20 would probably be easier. Because it's faster and not as many dice.
Yeah, it is. But I'll let Kara decide, because they would be the tiebreaker here.
I didn't mind the cards.
Okay, so we'll do cards then. Fair.
Right.
Okay, so back to the game. Lewis is sort of running through the forest, and you guys can describe what you guys are doing like while he runs off.
Well, Aki's trying to catch up. Run along, panting. Hey! Hey! Wait up!
Yeah, Ilya's struggling to keep up. It's not that she isn't quick, it's that she's being hindered by the pain of the gym shorts pinching again.
She's still wearing them? I thought she was wearing something different.
Wearing something different earlier, but she would have changed into them before going outdoors.
Fair. Okay.
Because they're easier to run in than a skirt.
Fair. Okay. And so he's still just running, like smashing through branches with his arms, crunching branches underneath his feet. Like he's running really fast, and he's trying to like follow this trail of footprints. But he doesn't really see a lot because it's dark. So he's more just confused and like running through, and he's yelling like, Yuri, where are you? God damn it.
I mean, I think this is actually a really good time to start to.
Yeah. Okay. So then what happens?
Basically, everyone starts hearing voices, like leading them off into different directions. Like Yuri's going to hear his friend's voice, like leading him off the trail.
Yeah.
Kara's going to hear something else, and basically like a cry for help or something like that. Like,
right. Split up, gang.
Exactly, like kind of forcing the split up.
So we all get split off in different directions, and like he's like running toward Yuri's voice, like Yuri. He's like moving slower now. He's like slowing down.
Okay, and now I guess I'll do the cards.
Okay, so what you do is you pick which one of us you want to kill, and then if you get higher card than us, then you do that. Also, if you have a relationship, then you get to roll. You get to draw 2 cards. So let me look at that real quick. See who does what. So even if they aren't in the scene, and I think that applies to everybody. So Lewis.
What about Lewis, for example? I mean, his relationship is with the Dead Guild. Does he get a bonus?
The rules say that he gets the bonus even if they're dead. Yeah, that's how the rules work. So like he's trying to get with Yuri. That's like empowering him even if they're dead. Like that's kind of the point. So yeah. I'm serious. Like that's how the rule is. So most of us have relationships by now, so we're all gonna have like an advantage, which is part of the benefit of us playing like a second time. So I'm gonna roll twice.
D4s and D13s, right?
Yeah.
I just realized Molly and Ilya are both there and they're friends.
Yeah, so what that means is you can choose to re-roll if you don't get high enough, basically.
Oh, okay. I see what you did. I was like, how did you get a 5 with? Oh, okay.
Right. So I got basically I got probably like I got like the highest you can get because I got a king of diamonds.
Yeah, you have a king of the highest suit.
Right. So if the killer shows up, I'm just gonna like tackle their ass like a boss.
So that's a queen of whatever.
Right.
So not so because Molly's there, I can re-roll, right?
Yes.
Because I'm sure 5 is
Unless,
pretty low.
yeah.
Didn't you already have? That is your reroll because you rolled 2 different.
Yeah.
Unless you
Wait,
have.
yeah.
Oh yeah. But there is something that also happened if your relationship was in the same scene as you.
Basically, they can choose to give you a reroll. So in this case, it'd be up
Yeah.
to them, and they can because you're friends. Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay.
So if you want to take it, you can do that.
All right.
But right now, you have a 5 of diamonds.
So is it okay if I take that reroll?
Yeah, you just roll a d13 again.
Roll
Oh,
a
you got the
5.
same thing. There you go. Now Dustin rolls and sees if he can get higher than his target.
Okay.
2. 4. Okay.
Okay.
Not awesome,
Did I
but
really get nothing again?
yes, you did. So
I should
basically,
stop being the
like,
killer. This is just...
well, you know, unfortunately, that's just how it happens. So
Yes, I
since I
know.
gotta, but you don't get to choose like how this resolves. So you still get to say what happened, like what you attempt to do, and then we kind of just narrate that out. So like
Okay,
you're still going
well,
to attempt to kill one of us,
yes. Well, actually, I was going to attempt to kill all of you, but
right? And you missed
yeah.
badly.
So basically, as you all get separated, like Yuri sees or not Yuri,
Ilya.
Lewis.
Lewis sees Yuri like kind of wounded, like without
Yeah.
her shoes, like help me, Lewis.
Yuri, are you okay? He like runs over to you.
And basically, like once he gets closer, she's gonna start to shapeshift into like her
Yeah,
true form, like
gotcha. And then
like
I just like push her down. I'm like, fuck this, and I run away.
yeah, and basically, I'm imagining that's kind of what happened with the other two. So,
Yeah.
which like, hey, it doesn't help, but you do learn something about the monster at least.
He's like running like in the and the, like I regroup with everyone. I'm like, holy shit, Yuri just turned into a. I couldn't see it. It was some kind of thing.
Okay, but basically, the long and short of it, this happened at the same time. So,
Yeah. So like, there's like 3 of them, and he's just like, I don't know what happened. But she turned into some kind of thing. I just imagine Molly in the background being like, like hand. I'm like, no, not a hand. Like the comic one with the orange skin. No, like some kind of monster. I don't know.
oh, you mean that bad comic where the thing wants to make babies with or fell in love with a human?
Uh, he's like confused.
I'm sorry for that really lame attempt. I was trying to go for a more thing, but then I was like, fucking dice just kind of disappointed me.
Derp. It's fine. It's fine. That was kind of cool. So, do you guys want to like say anything, or do you want to just move on?
Is Kara still here?
I don't know. Actually, that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's fine. I imagine like
I've got a mental block at the moment.
Like I feel like you'd be speechless in character because you just saw this like shape-shifting monster attack you. You're just like freaking out. Like that makes a lot of sense that you wouldn't know what to say. But I'm
possibly for the first time in her life, is speechless.
Yeah, exactly. And then what is
There we go. That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Ilya's impressed that she saw something that reminded her of something out of an RPG.
You got a critical hit and like escaped. Is how you
got a critical hit and escaped, and yeah, I got a good glimpse of the monster.
It's actually not like you. It's not that you rolled a nat 20; it's that I rolled a nat 1.
But you don't know that, so.
I mean, I could be Molly right now and just say that because like she's the fourth wall breaking one.
Yeah, that's great. No, I love her. She's like, how do you know it just didn't roll on that one and you didn't? You just got away. Like that's even. I love that. So from this point, we move on to the next scene. So since Dustin did it last time, it passes to Kara, as long as that's cool. Otherwise, I'll skip over you and go to Umbri. But if you're cool with that, it'll be your turn. So
hang on.
That's fine. I'll wait. I'll look at these pictures while we're waiting. Oh, this one's cool. The first one.
Roll a d10 to determine what character I play.
Oh, good idea.
4. Out of 4. Let's look that up. 4 is Mizuki.
Okay, so you're playing Mizuki now.
All right, let's see who I play.
I don't like that one.
I'm playing whoever number 1 is.
Okay, number 1 is Ilya.
Oh, okay.
I'm just looking through these photos. No. So far, I like the first one the most because I don't really like any of these. Well, I don't like any of these for the character. I mean, these are good photos. They just don't. This one's kind of scary. I don't like it. Jesus. It's like that one was kind of freaky looking in the alleyway. That one's kind of creepy looking. This one. No. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna go with this first one.
Okay.
It's the only one I really like.
Fair enough.
Yes. I would normally split up the recording, but I'm not really super interested. I'm just saving this just because it was really fun to record, or I wanted to record it this time. I'm not trying to make it popular or anything. It's just a thing we're doing.
My foot's asleep.
Oh no! You okay? Oh, if you're playing Ilya, do you want to go get pictures for her or no?
Sure, I can look for a picture for her.
Yeah, I can go get you her details. Let's see. So she has like
I'm loving it.
Let's see. Black hair, blue eyes. If that helps.
Yeah, and I believe Umbri just said she's pale, so.
Yeah, if that helps at all.
Yeah, pale from a life indoors.
Life indoors. Oh, that's actually really cool. I like that idea for the next scene, but it's up to Kara. But the next one, the next skill is photography. I really like. We try to get a picture of the monster. That'd be kind of cool. Let me see who I'm playing. I should roll for that, or just pick someone. But I like rolling too. We got 7. 7 is it like 7's chain? Yeah, okay, I can do chain. I made him, so I can do it.
Yeah.
I can handle being chain. It was my idea. It is from my mind. Because I'm the crazy
Yeah, and Ilya has absolutely no filters.
Right.
Your one eye color.
Let's see. I'm gonna look around and see if I have a snack. There's not a lot. While I'm waiting. At least their connection didn't drop again, unless it did. I imagine it's like the internet company being like, "Hey, we're gonna shut your internet off." Like, hey, no. They probably wouldn't notify. Now that I think about it, it would just happen with no notice. I don't want to eat Doritos. Oh, there's the sandwich.
Yay, sandwich.
I'll eat this up, I guess.
Damn it, Nova, this would have been a good time to cut it off, just so we could not hear the awkwardness of our yawning and.
Fair, fine, I'll do it. Hold on. I would just need to get a new call, so it'd be kind of awkward, but I can do that.
Okay.